All right, are we ready?
I believe we are as good as we're gonna get.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Hey everyone, Sly47 here. I am joined today by Alister and Matt out of Rage. How are you two doing today?
Not
Pretty
too
good.
bad.
Good. Awesome. We are here for the Tier 10 Cruiser Tier Maker for 2023. If you haven't or didn't decide to just skip for it because you just want to watch the video and you haven't seen the rankings video explained, I'm going to give a little TLDR video of this. So we have our 5 ranks here. We have meta. These are the best of the best. They define the freaking cruisers area in this video specifically. Of course, it applies to different videos, but meta are the best of the best. They are just phenomenal. Sometimes they might even push other meta ships out just because they're that good. They're not OP, they're just that darn good. There's no OP ships, I don't think, right now. I don't think you guys, right? I don't think there no OP cruisers.
I would say there's one or two.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a difference of opinion. We're starting off well. Next up we have is competitive. These are ships that are just good. They have probably a few disadvantages in comparison to the meta, but are still very well usable within the current overall state of the game of the Warships Blitz in 2023. Next up is niche. A lot of people will say, oh my god, this is a bad category or something. No, this is actually a good category. This is just a ship. They have a purpose. They do it well. Sometimes that purpose is there. Sometimes it's not. That's just how it works. And hey, they're not bad ships. It's just sometimes they won't be as good. Other times they might even be meta. So they play the game out here. Playable. Next one, these are just good ships. They're okay. They might need a little buff here and there, but overall they hold up. Just unfortunately, there are meta or more competitive ships that will just absolutely annihilate them in comparison when you put player skill at even ranks there. Then the last is need fixing. I think there's only like 1 or 2 ships here, but these are ships just don't save yourself some trouble here. All right, outside of that, anything else you guys want to add before we get moving on this?
There's gonna be a lot of arguing.
Maybe a lot of arguing. Okay. Okay, let's start off. First ship, Alexander Nevsky. Now, for me, I immediately put up in competitive, but
That's where I think it's go to.
You think, Matt? You pretty much go too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just a solid good tier 10 cruiser. It's not really that great at anything, but it can just do everything pretty well.
Except for fight a cap. You can't fight for caps.
No, this is a sniper through and through. This is you sit with the battleships. Like
This is like the
You sit
competitive
behind
is
the
something you put out, and it'd be like the kiting plank.
yeah.
It's got. You can switch to HE, but the AP is really nice.
There are quite a few DDs in this game who can Citadel Nevsky. So you got to be careful about that.
Yeah, and I think the only buff that I would
So nice. Range is so nice.
Oh, the range is so
Yeah.
nice. I think the only buff I would want to give to it is a mobility buff. Just make it a little bit better at wiggling. That's about
Yeah.
it, I think. And that's a soft stat. That's not really a hard stat. Like,
Just give it more armor.
I was gonna say that is hard
Because-
that when you can't dodge shells at range. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I would rather have it be dodgy because it is quite thin. So. Kinda.
yeah.
Well, that was an easy one. We didn't argue at all on that one. Now let's really argue. We have a new cruiser actually for this for the tier maker in general. The Austin. Alister, I'm gonna go with you first because I know Matt and we love this ship, so we're maybe a little biased. So, where would you put the Austin?
You got to give me a second here because it's either going to go in competitive or niche because it has one of the strongest niches in the game of like disintegrating a destroyer in 2 seconds flat. But what else does it have going for it? You know what I mean? Like you have you have serious HE spam as well, so I could put it in competitive if you're good with it. I'm not good with low range cruisers.
Yep. Matt, what are you thinking?
Okay, if you aren't, like, let's say you're 60, 50, 60% win rate player, it's going to be niche because its niche is destroying players off the face of the earth and destroyers. If you are a decent player and you can dodge very well, if you can get a battleship to damage con and then pop a rapid reload, that's when it becomes a competitive ship because then you can also burn things down as well. And then has multi-purpose.
I think just as the ship entirely, the more skill you put in, the better and better it gets. It's just, I think it's pushed out of meta because it is niche enough, but its niche is just so damn good. It goes right into competitive because
Its
even
niche
if you
is the
are
rapid reload.
even if you are a mediocre player, the more you play it, the better it will get, and the more you learn and the more skill you put in, it just becomes competitive because of just how strong it is. And that smoke can save you and prevent you from at least being blapped immediately, twice.
Like, one thing I will say about Austin when I'm playing against it is I hate the thing. Because you can have the worst player in the world come after you, go up, pop rapid reload, and take half your health before you can kill them, even if they're broadside the entire time.
Oh yeah. No,
that
Austin is niche in
so
nature,
much.
but it's so competitive because it's just so good. So good.
And if you're playing with a competent player in your division and you know how to separate your detection from theirs, and let's say that and the enemy destroyer spots you and the destroyer at the same time, and you pop a rapid reload, the destroyer is basically dead. As long as the destroyer can keep it spotted.
Oh, no,
The only thing you can really hope as a destroyer, if you're going straight forward and you see an Austin, is if you get detected, is just say nose in and pray to God. Thanks, skinny thoughts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, skinny thoughts.
I've done that with Downey before. I'm just like, please, Jesus, just let me live.
Yeah, I think Druid's the only one that
the
can
AA
successfully
is
hold
nice.
off. Oh yeah, the
That
AA
is one nice thing about it, because you have limited HP, and then like if a CV does come after you, at least you do knock down quite a few planes.
Yeah, and you're small enough you can wiggle out of torpedo bombers.
Yeah.
All right, anything else on Austin?
Torpedoes are nice.
I was gonna say, can you
Oddly nice. Oddly nice. Yeah, they're like Venezia's, where there's like better than they.
Well, if you don't get a fire on that battleship with a rapid reload, the torpedo certainly will get a flood.
Well,
That's true.
if you can hit them.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's a high risk, high reward ship, but I think it pulled itself out of
Skill-based.
niche just because that niche is so damn good. It's so
Yeah, but it will always be under Smolensk when it comes to tiers. Because
Yeah.
Smolensk is
not spoiling anything, anyone. Not spoiling anything.
Oh,
Now we
come
go.
on, man.
I am waiting for the day that Smolensk goes to niche. I am waiting for it. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
Nope, not unless a better Smolensk comes in, which we don't want that either. Now let's move on to our only black ship here. I'm gonna give this the map because I think you have this ship, don't you?
Is this Black Zal?
Yep, Black Zal.
Okay, I have played it. Crap, man. Because I can't spoil what I'm gonna put Zao at. It's right in between niche and competitive. I would almost put it competitive because the rapid reload does make it nice, and the guns already do hit hard, and then rapid reload just makes it better. Yeah, it's just a better Zao.
That's where I'd put it. It's just in niche. It still has all the problems of the Zao, but that rapid reload just puts it, like, it gets it in that nice niche. It's like, hey, you're still going to be able to do 40, 50k, even if you get blapped in the first 2 minutes. Like, even if you have a bad game, this at least can still do something. But
Well,
coming
the Zao guns are already good, and then whenever you add a rapid reload to it, it makes it better.
Yeah, but
See, why couldn't they just give Black Zal the FAA 4? On top of its skill it's already got. Then it'd be like
And it would
really
be fun.
high.
I'd be totally up for that. I thought I was going to come in with fuel smoke, actually, when it came in.
I was hoping it would too.
Yeah.
If it got the black to cow treatment, it'd be even better than it is.
Okay, so whenever we do put a ship in niche, should we explain why or like what its playstyle is? Because Black Zao, I would not recommend pushing in that thing. It is definitely a kiting ship.
Yeah, you can mention it. Yeah. No. Like what we're doing is we're talking about the function, the rank of the ship based on its capabilities, and then we're kind of going, hey, let's talk about it. Like we can talk about this for 20 minutes. God, I remember, I think last year we had a whole 10-minute conversation on one damn ship. Like, it's just how it works.
Which one?
I think it was Goliath. It probably was Goliath. It probably was.
I think it was Goliath.
Yeah, it probably was Goliath. But no, Black Zao, it's a kiting or it's a super DD. Like you're an ambush super DD. Like it's just you have to play that way. And if you can't play that way, you're shut out. Like it's just you will have a bad game. It sucks. But at least the Black Zao has a rapid reload to kind of accrue some damage. But as a heavy cruiser player, how have you dealt with them, Alister? How would you rank it?
Played a whole lot of. I haven't played a whole lot of randoms against Black Zals. When I see them, I treat them like every other Zal player I've seen and just knock them out of the game.
Yeah.
I
Have
mean,
you run into any good Black Sal players? There are very, very few.
dude, I haven't run into a Zal player, period, in a long time who could do anything with the ship, let alone Black Zal, being more rare. I mean,
Yeah. That's
what
true.
is there, a whole 3 people on the North American server who can play Zal well? And one of them has Black Zal, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then let alone are they running a trick Zao or not? Because of course we got that coming up here soon on that.
I would still say non-trick Zao is better, but we are going to fight.
Interesting. We're
I
going.
can't even play Zal very well. I can't play Zal. I mean, I can't do it. I run into the exact same problem that other players run into, where you are either useless the entire game because you can't land torps, or you put yourself in a bad position and you die in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
To
it's one
find
of the,
the 1% area in between is extremely hard to find. And while Matt has found it, I have not.
I have to be in the mood.
Played a lot different. I played a lot differently because people are like, oh, well, torps are good. And yes, like the torps, 100%. If you can land a full thing of torps on a battleship, it's worth sitting there dark. But I'm not going to sit dark the whole game. If I see that my torpedoes are going to miss, you can just use the guns. I mean, I've had games in Zal where I have not hit one torpedo and did 100,000 damage with the guns. The guns are very capable.
That's
Yeah.
so good for you. I've used my guns in Zal too. That's probably one of my biggest problems. And guess what happens when I use my guns in Zal? Oh, look, it's Alister. Let's shoot him.
It's Alister.
Oh yeah.
Everybody thinks last name, second ruler of the waves, really good player. And they're like, oh no, he's not a problem. Don't worry about him.
Nah, definitely. Now let's. Are we good on Zao? Black Zao.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk about the Buffalo. Buffalo. I think I'm just gonna speak for everyone here. It's in competitive.
I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to.
Okay. It has really good DPM, and it's a very strong ship in the damage department. If it had sonar, meta immediately. It's not always great in all games, I would say. So, like, you sometimes need that support.
I'll let you go first. I will state my case in a minute.
Alister?
Who are you going to go first? Why or me here first? Okay, I'll go with Buffalo. I don't play Buffalo. I played a few games in it now. I have a pretty decent stats in it. I don't play it because it is, you don't like Des Moines because it has a low range and problems? Like, here's Buffalo. We solved all the issues that you have with this ship. We gave it better armor, we gave it range, but you have to spend this much money to get it. That's why I don't play Buffalo, because it's every problem Des Moines has fixed and put in a new package that you can spend $75 for.
Ooh, that's so true.
That is why Buffalo is meta, because Des Moines is competitive.
Thank you.
Des Moines is.
Thank you.
Ooh. Alright.
Okay.
I'm not even I'm 20k off of Matt's average in the ship. I'm averaging like 75,000 damage. Matt is a monstrosity in that thing that you do not want to mess with.
Okay, Matt, convince me to move to meta. Like I'm borderline meta right now. Convince it.
Let's start with the DPM alone. Oh, you're too far for AP. Well, you know what? Let's just start some fires. 12 guns every 8 seconds, and you have a rapid reload too. And if you have the good commander, which is Halsey, holy crap, I don't even want to talk about it. The ability, just as Alister said, it is a Des Moines with all problems solved. You have another 2.5 kilometers of range, and you have the same DPM. So it's just a longer range Des Moines, and that is it. Des Moines would become meta if you gave it that range. It would become that meta ship if you had the same dispersion. Because Buffalo has better dispersion. And then if you also have surface detection and you know how to play it, it just keeps on going higher and higher and higher and higher.
Oh, there's a concealment video that we need to have sometime.
I can actually add something on there, at least from my personal experience. I don't know for sure, but it feels like Buffalo has the arcs of a Baltimore, not Des Moines.
Yep, it has
It
better
does.
If a
It
DD
does.
comes out broadside to you, you have a heavier salvo to hit him with than a Des Moines does, and
Okay.
your arcs are more likely to actually land.
Okay, you guys convinced me.
Name one ship. Name one other cruiser that I will not pull a Buffalo out versus. In a 1v1 and we are brawling, I will take on a Hindenburg.
Well, that's
There's
not
no
hard.
ship.
There's a lot of ships that can take on Hindenburg.
Stalingrad, Moskva.
I'm looking at this tier list. I can see all the ships right now. There is nothing that I'd bring out. Maybe I'd bring out Trick Des Moines trying to fight me, but I would lose. That's it.
Yeah, Des Moines more
The dispersion
situational. though.
difference is so big. Dispersion
Okay.
difference is so big.
I'll give it to you guys. I'll give it to meta. I really do believe it still needs a one sonar, just so you've got it 1+1, and that would be like a perfect American package right there. But then it goes back to Alister's comments. Like, yeah, it's true. Everything Des Moines fixed with the package of $75.
Mhm.
When will Des Moines be buffed?
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Oh yeah. Are we good on Des Moines or Buffalo now that meta? You guys
I will
happy with
say,
that?
it is the best gun DPM cruiser in the whole game.
It's the best heavy cruiser in the game.
Ooh.
Heavy cruiser.
Wow,
It
and
probably
that's coming
is.
from someone I thought there was gonna be another pick there, Alister.
There's nothing that competes with the Buffalo for gun heavy cruiser wise. I mean,
Okay,
there's not-
whenever you can do 160k in 4 minutes and end the game with 221,000, you cannot convince me. With pure
Yeah.
guns, there are no such thing as torpedoes whenever I play that thing.
That's true.
It is.
no,
Yeah.
it doesn't. No.
Okay, let's move on to Colbert. I know for me, I'm gonna put it right in niche. Matt, though, I know you love the ship. Where
For me,
did
it's
you put
meta.
it?
For me, it's meta because I can solo with that ship, and you have the ability to kill a DD off rip, which helps it so much. The only thing that it doesn't do well against are bigger, heavier cruisers. Versus battleships, you have so much movement. So it probably is competitive because it does lack one thing, and that is the ability to fight other cruisers.
That's why I put it in niche. Is that in my opinion, its skill ceiling is definitely meta level. You can definitely push it, and it keeps going and going. The problem is that skill floor is so low. It is There is so many times I've seen Colbert's opening. Hey, look, they get spotted by a carrier, nuked by everyone halfway across the field. It's just these things are so easy to hit if you are not doing it right, and that's just the skill floor prevents it from getting out of niche. It's just
If you're good at dodging and you pop a rapid, or not a rapid reload, a
engine
speed
accelerator.
slow, you're going
Yeah.
So-
40 knots.
For my opinion on it, you could put it in competitive, but there's no way it's meta. Because once again, it runs into the problem of Smolensk is just better than it.
Yeah, that's where I was like, the Austin does it better. It's good. I will agree with that. I'll agree with Matt, and I agree with both of you. I'm gonna keep it in niche because it's just some games are gonna be really fire, and some games it's
I would at least put it with Austin.
Yeah, I would put it with Austin, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I still think it's very niche ship. I still the skill floor is so
this
low.
is the other thing. If you don't if the skill is not there, it is going to be niche because there are some games where it's just going to wreak havoc with everybody, and then there's other games let's say you get a 4 heavy cruiser game, you are going to struggle.
Yeah,
Because
When
Stalingrad
has there ever been 4 heavy cruiser games?
I don't know. There's been a bunch of cruisers
I
recently, but a lot of bot Des Moines really, and those things kill.
Dude, I've seen 4 DD games every time I've played.
Yeah,
Well, then it would even go up even higher because it's literally a DD hunting machine. Whenever they do get
Austin is better than it, and then you have Smolensk
True.
who's also better than it.
good point.
I think there's other ships in competitive that push it out. It's just
Colbert is really good, but it could be anywhere. Being in competitive fit because it could be in meta or even down to playable or needs fixing depending on the player.
and that's the definition of
I
niche.
guarantee it would be playable.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it a niche because
As
that's
a
the
solo
definition of
player,
niche where sometimes
okay.
it's just not gonna work. Sometimes it's really gonna work.
Yeah, if you know how, if you are really, really good at dodging and you are a solo player, I think I had like 85% win rate solo with it. Don't ask me how. It was one of my highest ships ever. But whenever you are a good player and you can operate at that meta level, it's really good as a solo. Then competitive, it's a different story.
I've played against extremely good players. You can't hit them in randoms, but there's only 2 of them that I know of.
Yeah,
and even the one, I learned how to hit him every single time because I played against him enough times. And that's Tuca. And I played Heavy Cruiser. Dude, the first time we saw him in Colbert in randoms was before it got buffed for its speed boost and like its acceleration, and we still couldn't hit him in randoms.
Oh yeah, the thing's a freaking drag racer. It just 0 to 60, nothing. So,
but if you're straight lining, it's playable. If you're straight lining.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep that in niche. I think this bit, like I get you, but I think niche fits it great because some games, skin skills, you gotta work with it. But yeah, you can definitely make a meta if you push yourself in that.
Yeah.